Okay, right, Sean. 2-1 win up here in Linfield. The first round qualifier, first Champions League game in 20 years, a historic moment and a historic night.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, like you said, it's on so many different levels. Probably it's a great night. It's a great night for individuals in the team, people who probably didn't think they'd ever get to this stage, myself included. Playing in the Champions League, and then there's probably loads of others like me in there, and then the club, the fans here. There's so many layers to it. So a brilliant day, a brilliant night. So yeah, everyone's delighted.
Yeah, you spoke there about, I think you said it as well, about winning the league. You didn't think that would probably come because of injuries and stuff like that. You've done that, now you've done the Champions League. How big is it for you as a moment? Because these are the things maybe sometimes you don't stop and kind of go, I've achieved this.
Yeah, it was obviously nice. It would have been nice to probably start or probably...
you did get an assist.
Would feel a bit different. I know, but I don't know. Yeah, it is nice, it's great. Everyone obviously delighted and buzzing, my family all buzzing, they'll be all out watching at home. So yeah, delighted, it is great. But there's probably more work to do. We want to go again, and it's not going to be easy, but we have a chance of potentially kicking on and going again. So yeah, that's something we look at.
I noticed from just watching up above, you seem to have a lot to say to the players in encouragement and stuff like that. Are you taking on a bigger sort of leadership role over the last, I suppose, year or two? Because I know, look, maybe it's a situation with your body, you don't start every game or something, but you definitely affect games when you're on the pitch. But are you kind of becoming a bit more of a leader off the pitch as well?
Yeah, maybe since Luke has left, I'd say maybe. He's obviously still knocking around, but not in the dressing room. Maybe, but I kind of, just some things would just be a bit natural to me. Or probably some of the lads be giving out. Maybe I talk too much at times, but it's probably more so for myself. And if we can help, I help. That's great, and it's great for the lads. But maybe a little bit but I'm just probably trying to be myself as much as possible.
Yeah, and just that partnership you seem to have with me, but even when you came on today and you came on last week, I mean, it was instant. You could see the difference. I mean, you nearly played him in for another goal tonight, but that partnership seems to be something that's, starting to blossom a lot. I know it looked as though it was going to blossom early in the season. Not sure what happened there, but, now it's really coming into effect at the right time, I suppose.
Yeah, here, listen, I have to tip my hat to Mebo. He's been outstanding. Top performance there for a number 9, essentially. I know he's wearing 11, but away in Europe to perform like he did, I thought he was outstanding. So I'll tip my hat to him. He was brilliant, and I like playing with him. I like playing with, I know what he is. I know he knows what he is. So kind of somewhat easy, but it's probably a bit of confidence maybe at the start of the season that died off a little bit. But he seems to be enjoying himself, and I'm enjoying myself. I love playing. I try to help out as much as I can. So yeah, long may it continue.
Yeah, obviously there was a lot of talk when Damien left, about the team, and he was the one kind of driving the team. Obviously that's been proven wrong tonight, is that the players are more than capable enough as well. Has there been much of a difference between him and Joey? I know, obviously you've worked with them both and stuff like that, but just maybe more so it's kind of more on the players in that sense, not in a negative way or anything.
No, yeah, there has been he's probably said it, the gaffer in the media, that there has been there has been a change, but probably not a massive amount. I think, the lads have probably realised, they probably want to take control of the situation and really drive it on. I think the gaffer now has, helped us to do that, and I thought we've been all right since he's come in. I think we've performed really well. So, look, all positive now at the minute, but there's probably still loads to do and loads to improve on.
Yeah, but how big are these results to show that Shells can compete and the players are good enough? Because it's a big tie against Carabao now, and I imagine you'll take confidence in from the 2 legs. Maybe try brush up on a couple of silly errors, and try to perform at your best.
It's probably just builds confidence in the team, nights like this, and memories like this, and just that feel good factor around the place. It gets the ball rolling and that. So yeah, here we're all buzzing. Everyone's buzzing in there. But you won't see us sitting back and resting on our laurels. There'll be, there's plenty of work to do. There's loads to be done. We want to go again and push on even more and see how far we can go. And obviously we want to improve our league form. That's the first thing. But 2 cup competitions now, we can probably have a good crack off.
And just two things quickly. Is this game against Carabao your biggest game of your career, would you say?
Yeah, well, here I suppose tonight would have been the biggest game of my career, you know, and like everyone nearly in there, apart from maybe Gano and Pa, maybe. But yeah, here, but it's probably how going through the rounds. Going through the rounds in Europe, that's probably what happens, you know. The more you go through them, the bigger the game becomes. So, yeah, here it's going to be something that we can enjoy and really, you know, have a good crack off and, you know, see where we go.
These Shelbourne fans have seen a lot of kind of misery over the years and stuff like that. So between the league title and now obviously the scenes of full time tonight, what was, I suppose, equally what those moments like for you and the fans?
Amazing, yeah. Here you're probably reminded of, you know, the misery that the club went through every week in Talca when you walk in and see Johnny Watson. You know, he's the man, like, you know, and he's been through it all. And I don't know if the lads in there really know, you know, what Johnny is and what he's done for the club, but, you know, you're reminded of it, and you know, I know people, Shells fans, and, you know, that still sits with them, but to give, you know, probably two great memories and a couple of big nights and highlights and things to be proud of and something to be happy to put their name to as a Shelbourne fan, you know, it's yeah, it's a great thing.
Perfect.